Introduction. My name is Gaby. I am 25 years old. My life is not simple. I live in a small city. This city is quiet and nice. For a long time, my life was normal, but now it is very difficult. I have a big problem, and it is about love. There are two men in my life. Both are very important to me. Both love me, and I love them too. This makes my heart confused. I often think about them. I think about their differences. First, there is Frank. He is 27 years old. Frank is my good friend. He is always kind to me. When I am with Frank, I feel happy and free. We laugh a lot. He tells funny jokes. He makes me smile even when I am sad. Frank likes simple things. He likes to walk in the park or watch old movies. He listens to me carefully. He understands me very well. He is a very fun person. I feel very comfortable around him. Being with Frank feels easy and natural. Then there is David. He is 28 years old. David is different from Frank. He is a very handsome man. Many people say he is perfect. He has a good job and a lot of money. His house is very big and beautiful. David is very smart and always polite. He buys me nice gifts. He takes me to fancy restaurants. When I am with David, I feel special. People look at us and think we are a perfect couple. My family likes David very much. They think he is the best man for me. They say he is the man of my dreams. So, I have Frank, my kind and fun friend. And I have David, the perfect, handsome, and rich man. Both men love me deeply. And I love them both. This is my problem. My heart is pulled in two directions. I feel lost. I do not know what to do. I often ask myself, who should I choose? This question is always in my mind. It makes me feel sad and worried. I feel like I am standing in the middle of a road. I wish I knew the right answer. My future feels unclear because of these two men. 2. The big question. David asked me to marry him. It was a beautiful evening. We were at a lovely restaurant near the window. The lights of the city shone below us. David held my hand. He looked at me with kind eyes. He said, "Gaby, I love you very much. Will you be my wife?" He had a small, shiny ring in his hand. It was a perfect moment, like a dream. Every girl dreams of a moment like this. I wanted to say yes immediately. My mind told me to say yes. David was perfect, handsome, and rich. He was everything people said I needed, but my heart felt a strange feeling. It was a mix of happiness and something else. My thoughts went to Frank. I remembered a special night with him. It was not a fancy dinner. It was a simple night at his small apartment. We cooked dinner together, laughing loudly. He told funny stories. We listened to music and danced in the living room. We talked for hours about everything and nothing. I felt so free and happy with Frank. He understood me. He made me feel comfortable, truly myself. That night, after many laughs and deep talks, we shared a special moment. It was a moment of pure connection, full of warmth and understanding. We did not plan it, but it happened. Now, a few weeks later, I knew something big. My body felt different. I went to the doctor alone. The doctor told me the news. I was pregnant. I was going to have a baby, and the baby was Frank's. My heart beat very fast. This was the biggest secret of my life. How could this be? I was standing in front of David with his beautiful ring, and I was carrying Frank's child. The secret felt like a heavy stone in my stomach. I looked at David's hopeful face. I knew I could not tell him. Not now, maybe not ever. I could not tell my family either. They would not understand. This was my secret to keep. I had to protect it. I had to protect David and my future. I decided right then. Nobody would know about this baby. It would be my secret. It was a very big question for me, but I had to make a choice. I would keep the baby a secret from everyone. 3, a heavy secret. I said yes to David. He was so happy, more happy than I had ever seen him. His eyes shone with joy, and he held my hand tightly. We began to plan our wedding right away. It felt like a wonderful dream to everyone around us. We chose a beautiful date, just a few months away. We looked at many shiny rings. David talked about our future home and our life together. He wanted everything to be perfect for me. His family was also very excited. They welcomed me with open arms and warm smiles. They made me feel like I was already part of their family, which made my secret even harder to keep. David was incredibly kind to me every single day. He bought me beautiful flowers, sometimes big red roses, sometimes soft white lilies. He took me to expensive restaurants for dinner almost every night. He always said sweet words, telling me I was beautiful and special. He told me he loved me very, very much, and that I was his whole world. He planned many fun things for us to do, like trips to the park or quiet evenings at home. Every time he showed me love, I felt a deep sadness and fear inside. My secret felt heavier with each kind word he spoke. I felt very guilty. He was so good to me, and I was hiding such a big thing from him. It felt like a heavy, cold stone in my heart. Frank called me sometimes, usually in the evenings. His calls were simple and comforting. He just wanted to know if I was okay. He asked about my day and if I was happy. Each time he called, I had to lie. I told him I was fine, that everything was good in my life, and that I was busy. I did not tell him about David. I did not tell him about the wedding plans, and I certainly did not tell him about the baby. It was very difficult to lie to Frank. He was my good friend, and his voice sounded so honest. My own voice felt strange and weak when I spoke to him, like it was not truly mine. I felt a pang of sadness every time I hung up the phone. My heart felt very confused and divided. I loved David for his kindness, his big plans for our future, and his strong, steady love for me. He offered me a safe and beautiful life, full of good things. But I also loved Frank. He brought me joy, easy laughter, and a feeling of true comfort. My heart was trapped between these two different loves, like a bird in a small cage, wanting to fly in two opposite directions at once. I smiled on the outside, but inside I carried a heavy secret all alone. Every day was a challenge, a performance. I wished I could tell the truth, but I knew I could not. Not yet. The secret was too big to share. I had to keep it safe for everyone, especially for David, who trusted me completely and loved me so much. I just hoped no one would ever find out. I hoped I could keep this secret forever, buried deep inside my heart. For the white dress. The sun shone brightly on the morning of my wedding day. It was a beautiful day, perfect for a celebration. I woke up early. My stomach felt strange. It was a mix of excitement and a deep, cold fear. I looked out the window. The sky was clear and blue. Everything outside looked happy. I put on my white dress. It was long and elegant. The fabric was soft. It flowed around me as I moved. I looked at myself in the mirror. The dress was beautiful. My hair was styled simply. On the outside, I looked like a happy bride. I looked like a woman ready to marry the man of her dreams. But inside, my heart was not calm. It beat fast like a trapped bird. David was waiting. He looked very handsome in his dark suit. He stood tall. His smile was warm and kind. The church was full of our family and friends. They smiled, they talked softly. Flowers were everywhere. Soft music played. Everything was perfect. It was a picture of happiness, but I knew a secret. This secret was big. It was hidden deep inside me. No one in that church knew. They did not know I carried Frank's baby. This truth made my perfect white dress feel heavy. It made the beautiful music sound like a sad song in my head. I felt very alone, even with so many people around me. I walked slowly down the aisle. Each step felt heavy. David smiled at me, and I tried to smile back. His eyes were full of love. I took his hand when I reached him. His hand felt strong. We stood together at the front. The person leading the ceremony began to speak. Their words were about love and forever. Then it was time for the vows. David said his words clearly. He promised to love me always. My turn came. My voice felt small. I looked at David. He looked so happy. I said my vows. I promised to love him, to stay with him. With each word, I felt like I was closing a door behind me. I was locking myself into a life built on a big secret. The ring slid onto my finger. It felt cold and heavy. We were married. The people clapped. They cheered. David kissed me. It was a happy moment for everyone else. But for me, it was a moment of immense weight. The decision I had made, the secret I carried, felt like a huge stone. It was now part of my marriage, part of my future. I was Gaby, a wife and a mother-to-be, living a life of hidden truths. 5, a new home. After the wedding, my life changed completely. I moved into David's house. It was a very big house, much larger than my old home. It had many rooms and a beautiful garden. David was a good husband. He was always kind and caring. He made sure I had everything I needed. He often brought me flowers or made me my favorite meals. We spent time together in the evenings, talking and watching movies. Sometimes, during these moments, I felt truly happy. It was a peaceful happiness, the kind I had always thought I wanted. I looked at David, and he looked so loving. I knew he cared for me deeply, and I cared for him too. He would often ask about my day, listening carefully to my answers. He made me feel safe and protected in our new home. But this happiness was never complete. A deep fear lived inside me. My big secret was always there, like a heavy stone in my heart. I was pregnant, and the baby was Frank's, not David's. Every day, the baby grew a little more. I had to be very careful. I wore loose clothes so my stomach would not show. I started drinking special herbal tea, which I hoped would help keep the pregnancy hidden for longer. I tried to walk and sit in ways that hid my body. It was a constant worry, a game of hiding that I played every single moment. I felt sad because I could not share this important part of my life with my husband. I felt like I was living a lie, even in my own home, a lie that grew bigger with each passing day. David's house was beautiful, but sometimes I felt alone in it. I missed my simple life. I missed Frank. He was far away, and I did not talk to him much anymore. But I often thought about him. I remembered his laugh, which was always loud and full of joy. I remembered his warm hugs that made me feel safe and loved. His love was easy and simple, without any secrets or complicated feelings. With David, everything was perfect on the outside. We went to nice restaurants, met his important friends, and lived a life of comfort. But inside, my heart was heavy with unspoken words. I missed the easygoing nature of Frank. I missed the comfort of just being myself without having to hide anything. Living in this big, beautiful house, surrounded by David's love, I still felt a deep sense of longing for something I had lost. The days passed slowly, each one a mix of quiet joy and silent fear. I knew my secret would become harder to hide with each passing week, and I wondered what would happen when it could no longer be kept. 6, an old friend. One afternoon, Gaby was at home with David. They were in the living room. The doorbell rang. David went to open it. Gaby heard a voice. It was Frank. Frank stood at the door. He looked surprised to see David. Then he saw Gaby. His smile disappeared. Gaby felt a cold feeling. She could not move. Frank looked at David, then at Gaby. He did not know she was married. David looked at Frank, confused. "Frank," Gaby said quietly, "what are you doing here?" Frank stepped inside. "I was in the city. I thought I would visit you," he said. His voice was not happy. He looked at Gaby's hand and saw her wedding ring. His face changed. He understood. David stepped forward. "Hello," he said kindly. "I am David, Gaby's husband." Frank's eyes went wide. He looked at Gaby. A sad look filled his face. "Husband?" he asked softly. He looked at Gaby again. "You look happy, Gaby," he said, but his voice was full of pain. Gaby wanted to tell him the truth. But David was there. She could not speak. She just looked at Frank. Her eyes felt wet. Frank did not stay long. He said, "I see. Well, I must go." He turned to leave. "Wait, Frank," Gaby said quickly. But he was already walking away. He did not look back. Gaby felt a big ache. She watched him go. The door closed. Tears came to her eyes. She tried to stop them, but they came anyway. David saw her crying. He came closer. "Gaby, what is wrong? Who was that man?" he asked. His voice was worried. Gaby quickly wiped her tears. She looked at David. She had to lie. "Nothing," she said. Her voice shook. "He was just an old friend. I haven't seen him for a long time. It made me a little sad, that's all." David looked at her carefully. "Are you sure? You are very upset." "Yes, I am sure," Gaby said. She tried to smile. "It's nothing, I am fine." David still looked worried, but he did not ask more questions. He hugged her gently. Gaby hugged him back, but inside her heart was broken. The secret felt heavier. Frank had seen her, he knew, and she could not say anything. She felt trapped in her life, full of lies. 7, a brave choice. My stomach was getting bigger every day. It was harder to hide it. My clothes felt tight, and I started to wear loose dresses. People sometimes looked at me for a moment too long. I knew my secret would not stay a secret for much longer. Soon, everyone would know I was pregnant. This thought filled me with worry and fear. What would I do? I spent many long hours thinking in David's big house. What could I do? I had 2 very difficult choices. Should I tell David the truth? He was my husband, and he loved me so much. He was perfect in every way, but if I told him, he might leave me. Our beautiful marriage could end in a moment. This thought made my heart ache. It was a terrible picture in my mind. Or should I tell Frank that I was having his baby? He was the baby's father, but he did not know anything. If I told him, it would cause many problems for everyone. He might want to be with me, or he might be angry. It would make my already complicated life even more confusing. I felt trapped between these 2 hard paths. I thought about David again. He was always kind to me. He made me feel safe and cared for. I loved him very much. I knew deep in my heart that I did not want to lose him. Leaving him felt like an impossible thing to do. My love for him was too strong to break our life together. I decided I could not leave David. I would stay by his side. I made a brave choice. I would keep the baby, and I would continue my life with David. I knew it would be very difficult. I knew I would have to keep my big secret for a long time. But I felt this was the only way for me. I wanted to be a mother to my child. I wanted to be David's wife. It was a huge decision, and my heart felt heavy, but also strong. I hoped that one day I would be able to tell the truth without destroying everything. But not now. For now, I had to live this life, day by day, with my secret hidden deep inside me. Time passed quickly after my decision. My body changed more and more each week. Soon, the special day came. I was in the hospital, and David was with me. He held my hand tightly. He was excited to meet our baby, his first child. I felt scared, but also ready to meet my baby. After many hours, our healthy baby arrived. The baby was small and perfect, with tiny fingers and toes. I held my baby for the first time, and a wave of love filled me. It was a beautiful, unforgettable moment. David looked at the baby with so much love and pride. He was a very happy